Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul over here and welcome to Travel with Me. Today we are going to travel to one of your countries. So what we do is we have members here on the channel. If you want to become a member, just click on join. It's the button right beneath, or you can subscribe if you're not yet. And we will travel to one of your countries just to get to know them, to know where you're from. So today we are reacting to England. So Beth Elliott is from England, and she says, England, my town isn't very interesting, so maybe just go with the the county of Essex, or London, or something. It's up to you. Or, as you, Paul, might do England already, maybe do Scotland, or St. Vincent, and the Grenadines, as my family is from both of those places also. Here is two short videos for Scotland, and here are two short ones about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Okay, so we'll do Scotland and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Okay. I'm not going to do England because I live in England, but I'm not from England. So I wasn't born here, so I can't speak, for England. Even though I've been living here for over 5 years in total, almost 6. That means that, next year I might get my British passport and citizenship. And hey, yeah, I'll be British. And then I've got to change my accent. I'm not very good at it. I lived in Brixton for a long time. So, South London in it. Oh, sorry. That was so cringe. Okay, let's go on to what I prefer doing, which is reacting. Don't watch that, blood. Okay, I really gotta stop. Okay, so if you guys aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, like this video, and let's do this. Let's go. Oh wow. Okay. A wee tour of Scotland. Wee means little. So just a short or little tour of Scotland. Scottish. Let's go. To be honest, I've never been to Scotland, and I should. I really should. Wait, why is there like German subtitles? Oh, it's Dutch. Okay. Let me see if I can change that to Spanish. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I mean, there are so many Spanish speakers on my channel, so let's leave it at Spanish. I wanted to leave it in English, but you know what? Let's do Spanish. Okay, so there's a population of 5.29 million people. Okay, that's quite big. Lots of people. Although, is that the whole country? Because as we saw yesterday, actually Monday, my city has 11 million people living there. And my state has 45 million. So if the whole country is 5.29 million, then yeah, not a lot of people live in Scotland. It's a wee country. You can travel here seamlessly from the UK. Sorry, from the rest of the UK. And from overseas. When you arrive, you'll see there's easy access across our country. And our atmospheric weather is always changing. There's so much to explore. So let's begin with Scotland's cities. So we have Inverness, Aberdeen, Dundee, Perth, Stirling, Glasgow, and Edinburgh. Oh. Whoa. Why have I never been there? There are so many castles. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. Landscapes. Whoa. Nice snowy mountain. You can go on a train trip. Beaches. Wildlife. Wow. They have whales. Islands. I'm pretty sure there were many movies filmed in Scotland. If I'm not mistaken, maybe Braveheart? I mean, they should film Braveheart in Scotland, right? So beautiful, look at that. Food and drink. And of course... Oh, this is a nice video. Events and festivals. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Is that what it says? Okay. Come back soon. Okay, that was a pretty nice video, but we're not done yet. We're gonna go to a second video of Scotland. And the name of this video is Scotland. That's all it says. I've heard that real estate in Scotland is cheap. Not cheap, but cheaper than London. You can buy houses there, like big houses, for cheaper than... Oh. That's a nice sounding language. It's like Gaelic, right? Scottish. Edinburgh. Wow. The guy with the bagpipes, I don't know what he is called, but it's very nice. I think it's a very nice culture. You know, this, I don't know why, but this, what is this? Dundee. This over here, it reminds me of another place. Although this is a unique looking building, it does remind me of somewhere I've been, and I don't know where yet. Wow. They have seals there? They have great landscapes. Look at that. I mean, where I come from, Brazil, we also have great landscapes. But you saw where I'm from, São Paulo. São Paulo is all concrete. Of course, there are some parks and greens. We have like lots of things to do in São Paulo, but if you don't actively look for nature in São Paulo, it's as dull as London, let's say, because it's a metropolis. You see buildings all over. So if you don't actively look for nature, you won't be able to find it in São Paulo if you don't actively look for it. So we don't see a lot of landscapes in São Paulo because of that, because it's a commercial city. I mean, you know, people just go there to work. People come from the north, south, east, west just to work in São Paulo and, you know, make a living. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh, that's Rio and New York. 7 facts about Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. I hope I don't have to read. I hope it's narrated. Oh. The Botanic Gardens in Kingstown is one of the oldest such gardens of the world. It has been in operation continuously for over 250 years, since 1765. I don't want to read the whole thing, because then I'll have to pause and read everything. Set in stone. One of the few Caribbean countries that have petroglyphs is Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Petroglyphs are images carved out of stone as a form of ancient rock art. Interesting. Dozens of sorry, this audio is in my ear. Dozens of petroglyphs dot the tiny islands, recording the presence of long gone ancestors. Guys, I think you can read, right? The screen is big, so but the thing is, people who don't speak English, they won't be able to read. Okay, I'm not gonna read. Let's just watch the video. I'm just not really enjoying this, you know, this generic beat. Kingstown. Oh, so that's the capital of Vincent. City of Arcs. Oh, okay. They have a volcano there. And it's active. Wow. Violently erupted 5 times. Wow. But then how would you know? Is there a way to know? I bet they have great landscapes there, you know, because we all hear about the Caribbean, you know, crystal clear waters. Pirates. Do they still have pirates? Oh, yes. Nice. Now I'm curious to know, Beth, how did you move to... You live in the UK, right? So how did you move? What's your story? I moved to the UK because, well, I used to live here back in 2005. I liked it, and when I met my wife, she always wanted to come to the UK, so we did. What do you know about St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Okay, there's another video, and we're gonna go over to it right now. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 4K footage. Oh, I love footage. And it's a drone. Great. Oh. I knew it was beautiful. Look at that. Is there a house on top? Oh, wow. Look at that. All the houses are colorful. Lots of green. Wow. I bet you get pure air there, right? Lots of fresh air. Free from pollution. This is so nice. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that, guys. I love drone shots. Wow. That is beautiful. It does remind me a little bit of Brazil. But I think Brazil has less colorful houses. Oh, waterfalls. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me so much of Brazil. The south of Brazil. Santa Catarina, you know. That's where my wife is from. You know, this is the thing that they have similar, you guys have similar to Brazil, is that the houses are in the hills. On the hills. These hillside houses are very common. Wow, look at that garden. The palm trees. Wow. I really appreciate these drone shots, really. Look at that. Wow. This would be a great place for a honeymoon, you know, just a relaxing trip. What's the population though? None of these videos talked about the population. How's the economy also? That's interesting to know. So Beth, I think that's what you will have to tell us. I suppose tourism is big there. They filmed the Pirates of the Caribbean there. I mean, rightfully so. Look at this. These are beautiful places. Beautiful visuals. This is so nice. I'm feeling relaxed just by watching. Okay, guys. That was a trip to Scotland and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let me see the population. Population 110,000 people. Wow. That's the whole country. Wow. That's a small country or a small population. That is so nice. You know, it's nice knowing how different cities and countries are. I come from a big country and you come from a small country. And it's so interesting because I'm from the big city, right? I was born in São Paulo, Brazil, population of 44 million people, huge place, lots of building, more than 100,000 buildings, and but I didn't grow up there, and it's always nice to see and talk to someone who came from a small island, and it's very nice because we get to know each other. And even though I my mindset isn't of a big city because I actually grew up in Africa, and I lived in a country called Lesotho, which is also so small, and it's a country within a country. I studied there for 3 years. That's where I first started my school. So I went to kindergarten, and then I did first grade, and then I did second grade, and it's so nice. People are like so different. And then after I was old, well, not old, but um, 18 years old, I went to Brazil. And from that small country where I used to live and studied and grew up in, I went to Brazil, which is in São Paulo, which is huge. So I've been to small, big, I've been to all over, and it's so nice to learn about each other. And I don't know. When I went to São Paulo, they told me if you survive here, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And I think that's true. It was harder for me in São Paulo than here in the UK, in London. So I made it in São Paulo, and then here in London, it was just kind of like a walk in the park because of the experience that I gained in São Paulo. And I think what I learned there set me up for life. And yeah, that's, these whole contrasts, that's what I like. So thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, guys. And the thing is, big doesn't mean better. Brazil is a third world country, while Scotland is a first world country. But you can see that all of the struggles that we go through, and Brazil, as I said, Brazil has a population of 200 million people. My state, 44 million. My city, 12 million. And with so many people, it gets competitive, and it's a third world country. We don't have benefits, we don't have anything, you know, and it's quite something. So to see other people's countries and cities, it makes me think like how what's your story? Like how did you, you know, grow up, and what is the economy like? What did you do to survive? Um, you know, whether it's something good or something bad. Because like in Scotland, I think conditions are better than in St. Vincent. I don't know. I'm just trying to stir up conversation here, but you know, these are two contrasts. St. Vincent and Scotland. But you live in England, right, Beth? So tell me the story. Tell me more. I'm very curious to know. How did you go from here to here to here? Like how are these countries connected? Well, let me just read your message again, so that everyone else who's watching can just remember the context of what we're doing here. Where is it? Here it is. So what she said was, my town isn't very interesting, but you're wrong. It is very interesting. So maybe just go with the county of Essex or London or something. Or as you, okay, so Scotland or St. Vincent and the Grenadines as my families is from both. Okay, so they're from both. How? Tell me. I'm really curious to know now. Let me know in the comments. And if you're from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also let me know. I feel like I need more information here. Like, you know. Anyways, am I the only one who's curious to know how the Caribbean and Scotland is linked? I mean, they're so far from each other, right? You're closer to my country than Scotland. I love learning about how people, you know, how, how does, well, I told you my story. I worked in São Paulo, and I'm an English teacher, so I opened my school in São Paulo, and after I got married, my wife's like, "Hey, let's go to London. Let's try something different." And that's how I got from Brazil all across the ocean to England. So I want to know more about your story. So guys, let me know. Let me know. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Keep it real. Take care now. Bye-bye.